talk about Shiloh Hendricks, the woman who called a 5-year-old a racial slur. My first impression after watching the video, a little bit of white trash. I have to be honest, the kid was 5. I have worked with 5-year-olds for the last 15 years. Absolutely everything they do is out of pocket. They're like little unhinged drunk people. Nothing they do makes sense. A 5-year-old is capable of rifling through somebody's bag and taking things that don't belong to them. Ask any kindergarten teacher. But I realize why so many people are wanting to defend this, because Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman. But what she did is not praiseworthy. But also on the same hand, please remember that every day that us white people get on this app, we get called racial slurs. Every single day. So if you don't want to be called a racial slur, you also have to stop calling people racial slurs. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth.
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. So it is finally happening. White people have had enough. Reasonable Black individuals also have had enough. I think I'm one of the first creators that spoke about the phenomenon of Black fatigue, if you guys can remember. Okay, I don't know for sure, but that is what I feel. Anyway, I analyzed the situation of things in the society when it comes to the exponential increase in the degeneracies and the overall decline of some members of the Black community, their tendency to commit sacrilegious actions and still turn around to play the victim, okay? And how the rest of the members of the society who are non-Black are being suppressed and silenced so as not to victimize these Black people. I analyzed everything and I realized that the non-Black members of the society, despite being gagged, are extremely tired and fed up with all the nonsense, and it is only a matter of time before they start voicing out their rage and frustration with the whole situation. Well, it turns out that that time is fast approaching. People are fed up with it all and they are now vocally speaking out about their Black fatigue.
Blackness fatigue is setting in. America is exhausted from dealing with the never-ending complaints and ingratitude of the Black community. Black racism against whites and Asians has reached violent proportions, and with the help and funding of the Democrat Party, militant Black racism is getting worse. Well, here's a wild Bill bullet of truth for America. White Americans are the least racist people in the USA, probably the whole world. We have been non-racist for the last 50 years, but today the Democrat Party is using racism as a political weapon. And white America is exhausted from dealing with blackness that has been coming against them day after day for years. White Americans who have never had a racist thought in their lives are tired of being constantly accused of racism. They're tired of being told that every problem in the Black community is the fault of white people, that the massive failures of Black cities and neighborhoods and families is our fault. This week, some fruitcake politician declared that Blacks violently attacking Asians is caused by white people. No matter what white people do or say, they are slandered as villains by Blacks who are determined to punish white Americans simply for being white. They are unappeasable. Now, millions of immigrants came here from England, Poland, Italy, South America, Vietnam, Russia. They came from all around the world, and they were dirt poor when they arrived. But they worked hard and became successful and rich and well-adjusted citizens. So why is it that the African community has remained in poverty for 150 years? We built nice new apartment buildings that quickly became high-crime ghettos. Want to get an education on what's happening in Black America? Get on the internet and type in brawls. Restaurant brawls, shopping center brawls, fast food brawls, and look at what you see in those videos. It's not the Germans or the Italians who are turning public places into savage mass fistfights. And it's not the Australians who are walking the streets looking to beat the hell out of some pedestrian simply for having white skin. And it's not the Vietnamese who are burning and looting American cities. And it's not the Russians who are fighting with and sometimes killing our police officers. Now, there are, of course, honorable and respectable men like Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas and Dr. Ben Carson, These men are extremely successful and at the pinnacle of their possessions, but for some inexplicable reason, they are hated and ridiculed by the black community as if their success is somehow a betrayal of their race. Men like Carson and Thomas should be held up as role models and emulated, not hated and criticized. America is suffering from blackness fatigue, and that fatigue is slowly but surely becoming a boiling rage. Even the friendliest dog will bite if you kick him long enough, and that is where white America is today. There's a showdown coming. There is no more that we can give. We're done apologizing for imaginary violations, and we're done surrendering to black racism. There's a showdown coming, and it's going to get ugly.
Sup, f***ers? Let's go ahead and talk about black fatigue. I know you've all seen the videos just like I've seen them, and it's definitely a real thing, but I really don't think that it's black fatigue. I think that it's ghetto fatigue, ignorance fatigue, hood fatigue. You've seen them. Bonnets and PJs, pants half off their arse. And they bring with them a certain demeanor that you just want fuck all to do with. You could literally point them out in a crowd. You know they're going to be loud and obnoxious. They're going to instigate shit for damn near no fucking reason. They want to make sure that the world knows exactly who they are and then take zero accountability for the way that they're being. When they have every opportunity to not be that way. And when they're not being that way, they're setting the example of how society likes things. Calm, peaceful, chill, not fucking ratchet. And this ain't a color thing either, it's a culture thing. Because you see tons of black people who are productive members of society, they have wonderful jobs, they have beautiful families, they're doing everything being peaceful with everyone else. And unfortunately, they don't get as much attention as the ratchet mother. And a lot of them keep asking the question, why the f*** are you people like this? Look what you're doing to our race, to our demographic. Why can't you be like us who chose to be better? And God, they get shit for it and called names and attacked for what? They get called names like fucking Uncle Toms and sellouts and all this other shit because they're just simply making the choice to be productive in society and peaceful with other people of different races. What is so bad about that? You're turning your back on your people. The same people who shot at me, steal everything that I work hard for and buy, harass and assault my family members. Because if you're talking about those who infringe on my peace and my safety, yes, I absolutely turn my back on them.
Black fatigue. It's all over my FYP page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. And oh, by the way, for us white people that have been around the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40 years. Here's my story. This is about 2015. I'm at Put-in-Bay. Put-in-Bay's on South Bass Island in Lake Erie. There's a bunch of bars out there. It's a great place for adults to go play. Think of Pat Daly, Mad Dog Adams. If you don't know those guys, think of Jimmy Buffett. I'm sitting on a bench on Delaware waiting for my wife, who's in a shop shopping. And at the time, the traffic is two ways. And I think I witnessed why it is no longer two ways. It's a Saturday afternoon. The island is packed. The traffic is bumper to bumper. These two guys going in opposite directions decide to stop and have a chat. Not for a couple seconds, not for a couple minutes, but I think it was around 10 minutes before people started to threaten them. But around the 5-minute mark, I'm just sitting there with my arms folded, just shaking my head. And I hear this voice, this is what's holding us back. This is why we're hated. And I turned around to see who had said it, and it was a black couple about my age. And then he looked directly at me and said, 30 years ago, I'd go down there, grab those idiots by their dreadlocks, and teach them a lesson their fathers never did. And I looked at him and went, 30 years ago, I'd have been right there with you. I have hated this type of behavior my entire life. I've never gotten it. How self-centered do you have to have no respect for any other human being? It's all about you. These are the people I've spent my life avoiding. But I had never thought about it from the black community side. And I gotta say, it sucks a lot more for you guys than it does for us white people because you're associated with it, right? There are a lot of whites that just put you all together. And it has slowed down the healing of this country. But seriously, 40 years ago, racism should have been over. Unfortunately, the Democratic Party has continued to fan the flames of racism to make money and to get votes. I'm so thankful that a lot of you are waking up to this. And again, I can't stress this enough. This isn't a black thing. This is a behavior thing. Some of my closer friends are black, and I love and appreciate them. And I'm very thankful that they have not allowed the crappy behavior out of some to drag them down.
Now, in case you're black and you are already in the comment section denying this phenomenon, or you are looking for the latest insults to give to me, or you are genuinely unaware of what black fatigue is all about, well, pause, okay? Let me show you what people are actually tired about.
Okay, let go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadijata Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations!
I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. Check in.
And you're not getting on your flight. They made that flight. You didn't. And you think you're gonna check me in. I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you
yeah, I paid for a
$25
ticket.
for agent assist and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that
I. Get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check.
Listen, we don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you not in your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is
my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't gotta worry about it.
What the fuck? She just bought that bitch and did that. Bro, I just bought my phone. Confidence.
Fuck, bring the knife and to be honest,
Niggas trying to fake drag.
Now, there are some clips I want to include here, but I just can't because I don't want to give this platform more reason to censor my channel or censor this video. I'm sorry for the too much air. It is very windy today. You know those violent scenes where you have a white kid who might be in class or just walking in the street or just standing anywhere minding their business, and then this other black kid comes along and starts attacking the white kid for no good reason. Those kind of videos, okay? There are plenty, okay? There are plenty, but I'm not gonna show them here. Now, that is the black fatigue that everyone is complaining about, even black people.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning, and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go, no matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
White people are tired of being called racist. It is exhausting. The white people are tired of racism, period. They don't care anymore. They are done. They have been told that they are racist so many times that some of them have become exactly what you accuse them of being. That is what happens when you continue to poke people when they are just trying to live their life just like you. People don't choose their skin color or racial identity before they are born. They should be judged based on their current action and not what their ancestors did. It is just not the white man that is tired. Africans are tired. Latinos are tired. Native Americans are tired. Half blacks are tired. Even black people are tired. Everybody is tired of the ghetto, loud, ratchet, and mean black Americans. We are all tired.
Well, let's talk. This is the first time I'm hearing this phrase on TikTok, but I could use context clues and understand what it is. So, funny story, I'm scrolling on TikTok, minding my own business, just getting lost in the videos, and a white woman pops up in my algorithm and it's titled Black Fatigue. And I'm like, this should be interesting. Now, this is a creator that I've really grown to respect their videos. Basically, in her video, she's calling out the black community for different ignorant things that we do. And it's not just her. I've seen a lot of white people on this app kind of come out. It's almost like, raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by Regina George type of videos. And that's what they're doing toward black people. Here's the thing. The videos that I've personally seen is not racism. It's accountability. It's one of those to where they are tired. They are fed up to where they have opened their camera and they start confessing the things that agitate them about the black community. And because we have gotten to that point, you know who I blame? The black community. I mean, for one, the actions that they are mentioning is clearly from the black community. Black people in the comment sections are just like, this is racism, this is this, and this is this. I blame y'all. This is what happens when the black community cry wolf or cry racism in instances that's not racism, to where now we have a hard time knowing the difference between what is actually racism and what is actually accountability. We've allowed this to happen because we do not like being held accountable for some of the ignorance, some of the degeneracy, some of the just plain right foolishness that comes out of our community. We refuse to address it. And when we have people who address it, they are called coons. They are called like judgmental. And so now you have white people entering the chat and said, you know what? We're tired of it. We're tired of being called racist for holding y'all accountable to the ignorant things that's happening.
People are fed up. They are no longer playing this rubbish game of accommodating degeneracy. Now, several black people who are actually facilitators of the said black fatigue also came out to do what they do best, which is divert the blame and play the victim. Check this out.
Why is racism coming back? More buzzwords to justify it. The newest one is black fatigue. Before that, it was DEI. You understand there's never anything good enough for these races, right? Let's explain what black fatigue actually is. Black fatigue is actually a book on how racism erodes the mind, body, and spirit and explores systemic racism and its effect on black people. These racists aren't even smart enough to know the definitions of the words they're using, such as DEI. Why are we giving them any attention?
So actually, the first time I told you guys about black fatigue, I specifically informed you guys not to rely on the definition provided by that race-grifting DEI consultant who wrote a book she captioned Black Fatigue. Okay, the definition she created couldn't be further from the truth, because black people are the ones tiring out the entire society, not the other way around. And by the way, white people did not reconstruct the meaning of that phrase. Black people actually did. I mean, people are only talking about this issue now because this white woman made a TikTok video about it, whereas black people like me have been mentioning this phenomenon since months ago. But let's hear him out.
Why are they increasing in number? Most people that are racist have zero black friends, have never interacted with a black person in their life, but they're somehow racist still because they're chronically online. You chronically online people need you to get a life. Yeah, you're chronically online. No wonder you're so scared and angry at everything all the time, and you're looking for an outlet. And for some reason, that expression comes to making up some new crazy buzzword to be obsessed with a group of people that have no idea who you are and have never thought about you, but your entire thought process is on them. We're actually talking about race in 2025 and justifying 5-year-olds getting called slurs with autism. What? And I go outside in real life and none of y'all are outside. They're chronically online. But go ahead, keep dropping your videos. We're gonna find out who you are. We will. We're gonna find out who you are. Please make more videos.
White people who are appropriating the term Black fatigue are doing so because their goal was to never see us happy in our Blackness, be proud of our Blackness, choose Blackness over whiteness. Being is it that we make up such a small percentage of America, it's interesting to me how offended they are by maybe 1 out of 10 people, if they even know one of us.
You can always count on Republicans to take the definition of a word and twist it to fit their own agenda. They did the same thing with DEI, where they made diversity, equity, inclusion a bad thing, which is like insane to me because every single person who isn't a white straight man benefits from DEI. Now they're doing it with Black fatigue. Black fatigue refers to the emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by the daily stress of living under systemic racism and its consequences. So basically the only people who really experience Black fatigue are Black people and the shit that we deal with, but now they're just tired of Black people. So basically you're racist. Like, hello? I'm tired of living in a society with Black people. I am fatigued. And then I've seen like even some Black people come on here and say they're tired of Black people too. I'm like, bitch, are you good? Like, what is going on? It's getting weird. And obviously these Republicans have always been good at doing this, always been good at changing the meaning of things and boosting it out to their following. And I just need people to like pay attention to what they're doing. Don't fall for the bullshit. I gotta say, the Republicans are playing a very nasty, dangerous game. They're getting all the people who follow them who do not have media literacy, who do not know the definitions of words, and creating these buzzwords and trigger words at this point to incite a response from their mob. I can think of an instance in history where this was also done.
So basically you are racist. Do you see the double standards? Okay, he believes it is okay for Black people to say that they are tired of white people. That's perfectly acceptable. That is normal. That's okay. But if a white person says that they are tired of Black people, then that is racist. Now, this is part of the Black fatigue that reasonable people are experiencing every day in our society. Rules for thee and not for me. The ability to commit all the horrible actions and still get to play the victim. Now, the problem with us Black people is that we have allowed the worst of our community to become the face of our community, the representatives of our community. Now, there lies the biggest problem. Anyway, I don't need to tell you guys that I have Black fatigue myself, okay? In fact, my Black fatigue was the #1 thing that pushed me to start this YouTube channel so that I can loudly call out these dangerous behaviors, criticize it, and hopefully help restore common sense and dignity to the community, okay? Black fatigue is real. It is exhausting and it is tiring and it is extremely disappointing. Instead of being mad at people for admitting that they are experiencing Black fatigue or for calling out the behaviors that produce the Black fatigue, we instead need to reevaluate our actions, okay? Evaluate our morals and start doing better. Trying to silence those who are speaking out by accusing them of racism or whatever because they are being vocal about this trend will not solve the problem. Rather, we need to do better, cultivate stronger morals, respect ourselves and others, train up our younger ones right, call out and criticize the culprits and set a good standard for our community. People are truly fed up and we are gonna see more outbursts, okay? So it is either you brace yourselves for what's about to come or you re-strategize from horrible behaviors and then move on to commendable conduct. The choice is yours. But as always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buy me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.